Welcome to Elevate Springfield, where we will dive into strategies and stories that help you rise to your full potential. Each episode, we'll talk about how you can take intentional steps to elevate your life and your business while making a meaningful impact on those around you. Along the way, we're going to bring in the change makers from our community that are already elevating. We'll bring the actionable strategies, you bring the discipline and follow through, and together we can elevate Springfield.
All right, let's go, Springfield. Time to 10x your life, your business, all of it. Time to crush those goals. Time to get after it. Let's go. You are listening to the Elevate Springfield podcast. Robert Farrell here, certified 10X coach, speaker, and mentor, here to bring you actionable strategies. You bring the discipline and follow through, and together we're going to elevate Springfield. We're coming to you again from beautiful downtown Springfield in the Big Dog Construction Studio. Hey, we've got so much going on in Springfield right now. Make sure you are participating. Get out there, network with folks, be a part of the community, support local businesses, support local nonprofits, and let's go. We can all grow together. So, hey, another great episode for you today. We're going to get right to our guest after the break. Hey, Springfield, when it comes to reliable, high-quality roofing, you don't want to leave things to chance. That's why you should reach out to Acosta Angeli Roofing, your local roofing expert, serving Springfield and surrounding communities. From quick, dependable repairs to full replacement, from residential to commercial, they are your trusted pros. Call them today at 217-993-2748 or visit their website to book your free quote and inspection. Don't wait. A little leak now could lead to major damage later. Trust the local experts, protect your home, and get peace of mind with Acosta Angeli Roofing. All right, and we are back. Joining me in the studio, friend of the show, familiar face to y'all. He's been in a couple of times, Mr. Chad Fowler from Sangamon Tree Service. Chad, how you doing, man?
Hey, Robert. I think this might be the best day of my life.
I love it. Y'all have heard me say that before, and I've attributed it once to Chad and once not to Chad, but that's the man I got it from. So I love that saying. Hit him with it one more time.
Hey, man, this might be the best day of my life. You know what the cool part about that is, though?
What's that?
Tomorrow's going to be even better, Robert.
Love it. Love it. Come on. My man, Chad, getting after it. Here we go. Best day of my life. Here we go. Well, Chad, appreciate you coming down to the studio and talking all things Sangamon and anything else we got going on in the community, right?
Yeah, I love talking Sangamon.
Let's go.
You know that.
I know. Well, let's do that. Remind everybody what Sangamon is.
Yeah. So we're Sangamon Tree Service. We are your local tree service. So we handle tree removals. We do a lot of the trimmings. We also handle that stump grinding if we do remove the tree. And we do a lot of the specialty prunings. An area that I would say really sets us apart from our competition is really the focus on the customer service from start to finish, you know, from the estimate all the way to the invoice. And then also just education in our people. Since day one, I've really wanted to grow every single person that's worked with me. The more they grow, the more the company grows.
No doubt about it. Well, speaking of growth and educating the employees, just a couple of days ago, you put out a video with Sangamon University. Tell us about it. What's that, man?
So I'm going to do my best not to talk on about this for a day. But so Sangamon University has actually been in fruition now for 4 years. So when I founded this company, I knew from the beginning, you know, I want to have an educational piece. I wanted to have a roadmap to where people aren't just working here and kind of guessing the next steps. I want them to know them, you know. I want that plastered all over our shop, have it maybe in the trucks in their folders, but have that growth plan and show them what initiation they have to take to hit that next step in our company. And with Sangamon University, we've done just that. So what Sangamon University is it's a dashboard for all of our employees at Sangamon Tree Service, including myself. I'm going in at full force. And what this dashboard consists of is courses and trainings for our guys. So right out the gate, we're actually going to launch this mid-December. Hopefully I can get it mid-December. It might be late December with the closing of the year and everything. But I'm hoping we can launch it mid-December, and the guys, they're going to be able to learn everything from tree biology to, you know, the intro to arboriculture that kind of hits a general statement of it all, to tying knots, chainsaw safety, bucket operations, aerial rescue. So what I've got configured right now is over 100 hours of training per employee.
That's awesome. Heck yeah.
Yep. It's been a lot of time and a lot of investment, but I think it's finally getting to the point now to where it's really going to pay off.
So is it something to where the expectation is for them to hop in there every day for a certain amount of time, and then they go through their certain tracks of whatever they're supposed to do?
So I've built the dashboard. We've created the software, got all the courses put into it and everything. And we really haven't tested it yet to see how that's going to work with the employees and everything. Obviously, in a perfect world, they're going to take it. They're going to have the initiative to grow with it, and they're going to use it constantly. But anyone that owns a business knows that's probably going to be a little easier to say than actually happen.
Sure.
So what we're going to do is we're really going to give them these courses out the gate, and we're going to incentivize them with money to try to accomplish them. On the back end, I'm tracking everything within it. So they're not just going and doing a course on tree biology. I'm seeing how long they're on each question. I'm seeing every single part of, I guess, their journey through that course and that training. So what that does for me, you're going to have the young bucks that come in and they're not too interested in trees. They just like making a good paycheck. And they're going to treat it just like college, and they're going to cheat all the way through it. And they took 12 minutes to complete those courses. And then my senior level guys that are truly trying to sharpen that sword and become better as arborists in this trade, they're going to spend some time. So when I see my three main guys spent an hour and 48 minutes on this tree biology course, and then I've got a day one guy that spent 13 minutes and went through the whole thing as well.
Right.
The way we're going to solve that is obviously watching those back ends, and then at the jobs, we're going to be doing on-site quizzes. We're going to do on-site demonstrations. So we're really going to hold them accountable, I guess, and not just throw them money to play with Google and fill in.
Fill it in and do some chat GPT to get the answers and roll. Yeah.
Ding, ding. You hit it right on the head.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. I mean, we've talked a lot about education before when it comes to like tree biology. Do a lot of tree companies really educate their folks on that? Or is it more, come on in, I'm going to show you how to knock down this tree?
Yep, absolutely. So there's an event that goes on. It's called TCIA. It's a Tree Care Industry Association. And it was just this year in St. Louis. I go to it every year. I don't care where it's at in the map. I'm flying in if I have to, because it's so important to me. A big issue in our area, and I'm not bad-mouthing our industry at all. I promise you, we have some amazing tree cutters in this area. They don't really focus on the development of their employees, and they don't really focus on arboriculture as much as removing tree, trimming tree. You know what I mean? They don't really focus on the things that, I guess, are the biology behind the tree, why it does what it does, why we have to trim it at a certain time. And the way I've always thought about it is, whether it's your lowest guy on the totem pole or your biggest supervisor in the company, they should really have a grasp on what we're doing.
Yeah.
You know, I want that customer to be completely confident that this tree is not going to be negatively impacted by what we're doing to it.
No doubt about it. And I think that's a big difference between, that's what separates the good or okay companies from the really great companies.
Absolutely.
Right?
Good's not good enough. We got to be great, man.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Having everybody along the chain, having that education, knowing all that, I think is phenomenal. I know I learned from you the first time you came here. I learned about unions, and I went and immediately checked my unions that week to make sure my trees were good in my backyard.
But it's just, a little bit of knowledge goes a long way, man. Trees work a lot like the human body, and, people go to school for a really long time to work on us. And I might be a little crazy thinking trees are equivalent to the human body. Obviously, it's human life versus tree life, but
it's still a living thing.
It's very similar. You know, it's very similar. When there's dead wood, I compare that to infection. There's a lot of ways you can compare them to. So we're just really trying to obsess over it at this point. And I want that from my lowest guy all the way to my top guy. And it's also a really good way to see who's in it. I don't want to work with guys that aren't passionate about arboriculture. We're not a summer job. We're a career. So with that being said, I want these guys to truly want to grow, and to pay them to do it. I think it's pretty cool on their end too.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Works for everybody. But I think you are going to see on the back end, some of those metrics is like, man, that so-and-so is they're really obsessed about this stuff. They're really getting into it. And you can probably see the growth, and you can see who really cares, who cares for what they're doing, cares for the business and the whole nine.
Absolutely.
So, but it's been a long time coming for you, right? So you said it's been something you've been wanting to do for a long time.
Yeah. So I've had this idea since the founding of the company. I come from corporate America. Obviously, I went to college. I had an educational background that I very much think put me in the place I am today. I'm a strong believer in education. And 4 years ago is I think when we really got serious and I started getting on the phone with arborists throughout the entire country. So I do want to shout out to associations throughout the U.S. that have helped me aggressively on this. So TCIA, we've already talked about them, the Tree Care Industry Association. They've been a huge help. And the International Arboriculture Association's also been very good with us as far as bringing that coursework in. A lot of them we've had to pay.
Part of it.
They've definitely given us what we needed. They've customized a lot of it to us in Central Illinois to where it very much involves the species we're working on, the climate we're working within. It's very unique to our specific area.
Love it. Now, maybe here in a few months, we'll reconvene. Just tell us how it's going after everybody's in on it and everything, and tell us what's going on with it.
Absolutely, man.
All right. So we're, roughly 6 weeks from 26 now, right? And any good business person has been doing some year-end planning and, strategic planning for the following year. What are some things you guys do at Sangamon to kind of close out one year and be looking toward the next?
Absolutely, man. I will say December 5th is my meeting with my accountant. So it's definitely going to be more concrete by then. But just some things we do at this point in the year. We make sure we're hitting our goals. We set forecasts before every single year. So around this time, I'm already setting the plans for next year of where we want to be as a company. We set pretty aggressive goals. We hit it again this year, and we've hit it every year in business. I think next year we're going to get a lot more aggressive. So I would say we're definitely gearing up this year for the biggest year of the company by far. I see Sangamon Tree Service doubling in 2026.
All right.
I really do see us doubling as a company. We're launching our second team next year. We've got some well-known arborists throughout the community that are going to come on staff with us as well. We're going to start our plant care division. We're going to actually worry about the health of the tree instead of just trimming them.
Right.
So some really big stuff, but I guess some things I'm doing the last 6 weeks of the year, getting all my accounting in check. We do a lot of that internally, and we just use the accountant to help us file essentially. So I'm really making sure everything's good on our end to where there's no surprises, I guess.
Right.
As a company, the one thing you don't like is getting to the end of the year and knowing that you're spending tens of thousands of dollars that you weren't expecting. Because sadly, at this point in business, it's not, oh, Chad, you owe $3,000. No, Chad, you owe $30,000.
Exactly. Exactly.
So that's what we try to avoid throughout the year, because obviously I would rather buy something than give it away.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Big piece of equipment at the end of the year. Let's go. Get it. Speaking of big piece of equipment, anything you got your eye on that you're going to be doing here?
So,
or anything you bought recently that's really cool?
We did buy some cool stuff this year.
Yeah.
We are very big on the turf loaders.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Vermeer makes it. It's called an articulating turf loader. And most tree companies, they use the mini skids with the tracks on them, tear yards up really bad. The reason a lot of people use them is they're about half the price of a turf loader. So previously it's called an ATX 530. It's a turf loader, goes through a 32-inch gate, picks up 1,100 pounds. This year, we bought the big brother of that. We bought the ATX 720. I know that doesn't mean much, but it is a 42-inch wide machine, so it's not quite as little, and it picks up 3,000 pounds.
Okay,
so
nice.
It's a machine that's able to go through your yards. Essentially, I tell customers all the time, it's a golf cart that picks up 3,000 pounds.
Hey, nice.
So your yard won't get torn up.
Right.
But it does have a hefty load it'll carry. And then the coolest thing we bought this year is a remote control spider lift.
Oh.
So that lift is able to go through a 32-inch gate, and it's on tracks, and we use a remote controller to move it. But it goes through a 32-inch gate, and it goes 75 feet up.
Really?
So it's eliminated climbing pretty much completely. The only time we're really climbing is when we have to trim the inner workings of a canopy.
Wow. It can go that high, but it can squeeze through a 32-inch gate?
Yep.
Wow.
So we go through a 32-inch
cool.
gate, and it goes 75 feet up, and the whole unit weighs 6,900 pounds,
Uh-huh.
which is really light in my world. My bucket truck's around 30,000 pounds.
Okay.
So
how big is that, though, to almost eliminate the climbing part? I mean, that has to be a big thing for the owner of the company, especially, to take some of that risk away.
Huge. I mean, I've recently been out of operations quite a bit. The guys actually kick me off jobs nowadays. They tell me to leave.
Right.
A lot of my roles today have been like sales and things like that. And a big part of that was eliminating climbing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to ever be on an estimate route throughout the day, talking to so-and-so about their trees, getting a call that one of my guys fell out of a tree, getting a call that they don't feel comfortable going up in this tree because the top's dead. and then I'm canceling my estimate route to go put on my saddle to climb the dead tree. That's how we used to do things. I have a 2-year-old now. So
Changes the mindset a little bit.
I
Yeah.
try to eliminate the dangers as much as possible.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I love climbing trees. But nothing beats being connected to a tree and bombing a top 70 feet off the ground. No adrenaline rush hits like that. So with that being said, you don't feel that in a bucket. You got to feel the tree moving with you.
Sure.
So I would say the lift's been huge for growth because efficiency, and it's a lot quicker than climbing. But it's more than anything, it's made a way safer workplace for my guys. They're not saddling up as much, but occasionally, but it's never going to be a dead tree.
Right.
Take that lift right up to it.
Right. Heck yeah. Love it. What would you say some of your biggest successes are for the year?
Oh, man. As a 5-year-old company, we've had some really big accomplishments this year. We had a massive job this year. Just as far as jobs go, I would say we had a really cool one this year. The Shields Sports Park just kicked off outside of town.
That was phenomenal.
And they
really cool video you had of it. Yeah, that was awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, we launched that one, boosted it online, and man, it hit a lot of people. I'm sure everyone in Springfield's seen that video.
Yep.
But that was a cool project. It wasn't the biggest one we've ever done by any means, but it's really gotten our name out there.
Oh, I bet it has.
And we got to work with the O'Shea guys, like B&B Electric, just monster companies here in Springfield, and I got to see my logo right next to them, so it's just
that's huge
wow.
for your brand. Huge.
Wow.
I mean, come on.
It was, man. It was cool. The guys thought it was cool. It was just an amazing thing. But outside of that, man, as far as successes, we set a really aggressive goal this year for revenue. And we've obviously got to finish out this month, finish out December. So I haven't finished my accounting for the year. So let's just say we're 10 months in and I've already beat the goal. So we've got 2 months left to, I guess, completely annihilate that goal. And then next year, like I told you, we're doubling. So whatever we hit this year, we'll see what it is at the end of the year. I'm doubling that number next year.
And I love how you said there's no slowing down this last 6 weeks. I'm going to go ahead and annihilate that goal. I love that. No. How do you keep that mindset within the whole company? I know we hit our goal, but we are going to absolutely crush this whole thing.
Oh yeah. One thing I will say is the energy I give constantly. There's never a negative moment with me. There's never a sad day with me. I'm always hyped, man. I mean, I get one life. I'm going to die one day, Robert.
Today's the best day of your life.
Exactly, man. Could be the last one. I got to enjoy it. I've really pushed that to my whole team. And I think a big part of their motivation is obviously they can see their growth within the company now. Yeah. So they see that we're actually investing in them. It's a culture thing, man. You really got to build the culture around it. And like today, it was raining outside. Pretty much every tree service was off. My guys know we don't do days off. You hit 40 hours a week. That's the minimum. Those are banker hours. We got to hit 40. I like when they're hitting 50 hours.
Sure. Absolutely. No doubt about it.
I hear employers all the time, I'm scared of overtime. I'm scared of this. And no, I love overtime. The guys want to work an extra 10 hours a week, knock out another project. Let's do it, man.
Keep rolling.
And it's a rain day today. I had a newer guy. He texted the group this morning and he goes, are we off today because it's raining? And then a leader in the group messaged him for me, so I didn't have to say anything. He said, hey, we don't take days off.
Right.
We'll see you at 7.
And you probably got the culture built up where when everybody saw that text, everybody's kind of chuckling. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Noob.
Exactly. Noob. We don't take days off, man. And I tell my guys all the time, if you're not working a 40-hour work week, I'm not providing to you. You can't provide to your family.
Right.
It's my duty as your employer to give you that. And the winters come around. There's a lot of guys in our industry, they shut down 3 months of the year. We will be working 12 months of the year, the life of this company. My guys are way too important to me, and I don't want them pinching pennies in the winter because they didn't save enough in the summer.
Right, exactly. Pinching pennies or looking elsewhere. Yeah, no, I love that.
It's just bad money management, bad budgeting. You always got to make sure there's enough in the winter to get those guys through. I always make sure my company can do everything we're doing with 6 months and not touching a chainsaw.
Right.
So if the whole world went crazy, we can get through 6 months before we die.
I love it. Now, the last time you were in, or the first time you were in, you made the analogy of, hey, you want to make sure your team has some steaks in the freezer too. I think that's a really cool analogy. Remind everybody kind of what you meant by that.
Absolutely. And I say it a lot. I say often, I want to make sure my guys have a couple steaks in the freezer. That has nothing to do with having beef in the freezer. Right. And everything to do with they got to have a good life too. That phrase changes a lot. That's the most common analogy I use in that sense. But my guys hear it all the time. You got to be able to go on vacations 4 times a year. You got to be able to afford to get away. You got to be able to have that new truck if you love it. I come to my shop. Most of my guys have nicer pickups than I do,
Sure.
So that's cool to me. I've watched them all grow. And like you said, you got to have a couple steaks in the freezer for your team. And I've always been big on that, man. I'm glad you remembered that.
Yeah, I did.
That's
I,
awesome.
I love that, man. That was an awesome one. So I know you also won some stuff this year. You're Illinois Times winner again, right?
Yep. So we won the Illinois Times Best of Springfield for our 4th year in a row. We won 15 under 15. I honestly wasn't sure what that was until we won it.
Yeah.
But it's with a local bank here in town, I believe. It was UCB. And it's just, I think it's 15 businesses under 15 employees or something. So we won that this year. And then the big one's Best of Springfield, though. We go all out for that every year, man. You know, if I lose that one, I'm going to call the guy that beat us, congratulate him. And then the following year, he is going down.
Right. Taking him down.
I will never lose that again if I ever do. But this year we honestly slacked on it. You know, we usually have campaigns together, have a lot of strategy behind winning that. And we didn't do that this year. So I got kind of nervous.
A little nervous at the end there if you were going to make it.
Man.
Yeah.
We got some heavy hitters in the tree industry. So, you know, like I said earlier, there's a lot of tree companies in town here. I could name 20 right now. I'm not, because I don't want you guys to call them.
Exactly. But we're talking Sangamon here now. Come on.
But there's probably 20 other tree companies in this town that do amazing work as well. And I know that some of them have been around 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
So for us to be a 5-year-old company to not beat, but I guess we beat them.
Yeah, you beat them. Just say it. Just put it out there. You beat them. You got
to beat
strong
companies
brand.
that have been around 100 years. You know, that's a big deal to me. They've been cutting people's trees in their backyard for 100 years now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only 5 in, man. So it's a big deal to me.
No doubt about it. To build that brand recognition, to build that reputation in the town for that quality service. I mean, that's huge. All within 5 years.
And then the rush.
Yeah.
So any contractor you talk to that wins Best of Springfield, that is easily one of the biggest rushes we get is right after we win that game.
Really?
Every single time, man. That article goes out, that magazine goes out, and I've had customers straight up tell me, we wait for that to come out. We'll get the bids in the winter, and schedule for the spring. They literally wait for that to come out so they can see the contractors they're going to use.
See who won. Wow. Yeah, you definitely want to win that every year then.
It's a big deal.
It's a big marketing thing right there, man.
And we have a stump contractor, and he works with us occasionally if we're just kind of need to speed things up a little quicker. And he works with a lot of other tree companies. And from him, I was told about 3 of them were coming for us pretty hard this year.
Right.
So that's why I got nervous. I was like, we didn't even do anything, and they're all just coming for us.
How does that feel, though, that piece, to where just a few years ago, you were the guy, well, I mean, you're still going to be aggressive with it, but you were the guy, I'm coming for it. I'm coming for you. Now it's completely flipped. You got other guys coming for you. How cool is that to be on the other side of that?
Oh, it's awesome, man. It's the biggest compliment ever. If people aren't trying to rip you down, you ain't doing anything.
Right. Exactly.
You're just not doing enough. And I mean, it's a great feeling. It's humbling, honestly. My whole team feels it too. You know, I watch their whole face light up when they hear that every year. And we take them out for a steak dinner and try to do it again the next year.
There you go.
And all we can really do, man, it's just through our customers. Every house you go to, you treat it like it's your own property. Give them the pinnacle of service. And like I was saying earlier, from the estimate all the way to the invoice, we're really trying to smooth them.
No doubt about it. Just curious, what's the tallest tree you've ever done?
106 feet.
106 feet. Woo.
It was a silver maple, downtown Springfield. It was actually on State Street. I remember because it was massive. So it was a silver maple. They don't get that tall traditionally.
Yeah.
So this tree had all sorts of, I could get really nerdy on you right now, but it had some, I guess, breaks and some damage on the bottom that shifted energy to grow it really tall. So with that being said, it was about a 5-foot diameter base, I would say. And yeah, it was 106 feet.
That's huge. I had a big old silver maple I grew up in Decatur, and my first house over there had a big, gigantic silver maple. I don't think it was 106 feet though. That's massive, but this thing was huge. And you talked earlier about, the piece of equipment that could really tear up your yard. That guy used that piece of equipment. My backyard was not pretty after the fact. It went back there and it was like dirt.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
That's common, though, man. It's so common. So, like, that turf loader I was telling you about, the really small one that only picks up 1,100 pounds is the same cost as going and buying a brand new Caterpillar skid steer.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's why a lot of people, they go get the big dog that picks up 6,000 pounds versus the little guy that doesn't destroy the yard.
Right.
Our mindset was we want to come back.
Exactly.
And the most common thing I hear from customers is, are you guys going to take the tree without taking the yard?
Right.
All the time.
Right.
Because, I mean,
Yeah.
tree guys have just completely terrified our consumer in Springfield. I think that's a big part of why we've grown so quick since day one. You know, I come from corporate America. So an idol of mine used to be Mr. Jeff Bezos.
Oh, yeah.
So I studied him a lot. And I very much wanted to be the Amazon of trees, man. You know,
Heck yeah.
like,
Let's go.
You know, and Amazon, they're so successful because they're convenient to use and they are a customer first mentality from day one.
No
They
doubt about
only
it.
care about the customer. Every decision they make at Amazon has to do with the customer. And that's the same way we are as a company.
No doubt about it. Yeah, no, I was surprised. I guess I didn't know to ask the right questions. I was young at the time. I was like in my early 20s, you know, and the first time I'd ever had somebody take down a tree in my backyard, and I didn't really think of it. And then when it got done, I went back to, whoa, all right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I educate people a lot, man. I got friends out of state, just buddies from college and stuff. So, hey, man, I'm getting a tree cut down. Okay. Make sure their insurance agent sends you workers' compensation. So if someone gets hurt, they're not suing you. I just go through everything, all the horror stories of trees. Make sure they're going to take everything with them. Make sure, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Make sure they're going to lay boards down if it's wet.
Right.
Ask about their equipment.
Absolutely. No, I knew the second time to ask all those questions. It's not the first time.
Yep.
So.
And we run into that all the time, man. I mean, a lot of people will get trees done and it's their first time dealing with it. And they're usually shocked by the cost.
Sure.
And they're usually shocked by the damage to their yard after, which the cost is we're still going to have that, but trees are not easy to remove all the time.
No, they're not.
But we are definitely not going to tear your yard up. And I can guarantee that. People are amazed at when we're done, you know, and there's not even a dent. We rig everything down on ropes. We're not the guys that come and just cut and flop your tree and then move to the next tree.
Right.
Everything's pretty strategically done.
I bet. Well, knowing you, I would imagine everything is. I mean,
there's about 6 forms they're going over before the job even starts.
I would have zero doubt about that. I know it's going to be exactly right. No doubt about it. Yep. So you said you got a 2-year-old now, right? Yeah, you did a speaking engagement for me not too long ago. Little man loves some buses, huh? He was out there. He was loving those things as they were coming in.
Oh, right? Dude, he's obsessed with buses. It all started at daycare. He's at a daycare over by where we used to live in Rochester, and some of the older kids come on a bus and they get dropped off at daycare. And he's just obsessed over these things, man. And a lot of his toys are buses. Sure. I mean, I got a couple that I'm going to put under the tree, little remote control buses and stuff. And he's just obsessed with buses, and it's honestly like his 10th word.
I love it.
But yeah, we got to do your thing. And as I was walking out, saw a bus driver there. I was like, hey, man, do you care if I bring my son on here? I want to show him the bus. And he loved it. He was all trying to put him in the driver's seat, and he started crying when he did that. But when Dad was holding him, he was real confident, pointing at everything, yelling bus the whole time. So yeah, my son is obsessed with buses. Buses, French fries, and broccoli. Those are his top 3.
There we go.
At least we got broccoli.
That's right. You got broccoli in there. You don't get that all the time with a 2-year-old. No doubt about it. So does he like the big boy toys that dad has all over the place?
If he sees a big truck, so if it's a car or SUV, he doesn't say anything. He just says car. And then if he sees a big truck, he sees a machine, he sees a tool, anything, it's dada. It's not a truck. It's not a chainsaw. It's not a loader. It's not a stump grinder. It's a dada.
Yeah. I love it.
He's pretty fascinated with everything I do. And he loves the big trucks, man. He loves the big trucks. Everything gets him excited. He loves watching the guys cut trees down too. If he could do that every day, I'm sure he would. Yeah.
Having him 2 years ago, did that kick in? I know you were already into high gear with Sangamon, but did that really kind of give you now it's legacy time?
The initial push I had in my 20s was I didn't want to live in a low income lifestyle forever. I didn't have a lot of money growing up. I definitely didn't get the new car when I was 16, all that jazz. I paid with it for money I made scooping poop and things like that. But so I didn't really want my son to work as hard as me. So the second, I guess, he was born, that level of motivation just erupted because it wasn't necessarily, hey, I want him to work his tail off like I did. It's like, hey, the reason I'm doing this is so he doesn't have to. I want him to have choices. I want him to be able to, if he wants to go to school to become a vet, if he wants to go to school to, heck, if he wants to do ballerina, I could care less. If trees ain't it, I'm going to be a little sad, but hopefully by then I got something else rolling.
Sure.
It definitely pumped me up. I would say a lot of the billboards, I even have a picture of him in our shop, man. Yeah. I got a picture of him in my truck. He's my air freshener in my truck. Every Father's Day, I get a new Tanner air freshener.
There you go.
And it's just another year of his
cool.
life. But to say he's my motivation, I think would be underestimating it. He's everything, man. And it's, I mean, you get it. You get it.
Yep.
You think you're motivated till you have a family you want to be
Right.
motivated for. And I always say when I was really young, it was definitely a money thing. The day I met my wife, I wanted to retire her. And now I've been introduced to being a father, and it's just changed everything. When he first came around, I was like, I'm going to work his tail off. I'm going to show him hardness so he just does what I did. And it's like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm going to baby him. I'm going to let him be a kid.
Right,
He ain't going to be
exactly.
working at 13 years old.
Yep.
He's going to be playing, man. He's going to be playing sports or something. So he's definitely motivated me, but more than anything, it's kind of given me a purpose, and it's giving me something to work towards.
And that's the thing. I think you nailed it a minute ago when you were talking about choices. You know, the money with a successful company can be great. That's phenomenal. But what really that gives you is freedom and choices, right? You can have a solid bank account in it, but it's really giving you freedom and choices to do what you choose, for your son to do what he
Absolutely.
chooses, and to be able to kind of select the life he wants.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yep.
Instead of constantly being worried about putting food on the table all the time.
Absolutely.
Right.
Am I going to make my car payment
Right.
and groceries, and you know what I mean? And that's what we all strive for, is to give our kids a simple life to where they have the ability to dream without just focusing on finances 24/7.
Exactly. No doubt about it.
And I'm living proof of that. I left a lifestyle that made very good money. I still haven't even caught up to what I used to make doing marketing and software and everything, but I'm happy, man. Goodness, I'm happy.
But I mean, you say you might not have made back your annual salary, but you have a company that's going to live beyond
Yep.
you and everything, and with assets that are far exceed what
I say it all the
annual
time.
salary for somebody else is going to be.
Yep.
So
I'm not building a retirement plan. I'm building a legacy.
no doubt about it. Well, I am loving seeing that legacy develop, brother. That's awesome.
Thanks, man.
That's good stuff. Well, let's get into, you and I are both very active in networking groups and associations. You're on the board with me at Local First Springfield. We're both highly involved in Land of Lincoln Professional Networking Group. Let's start with Land of Lincoln. You know, I've always been a big proponent of that. How's that been going recently for you?
It's never slowed down. It's been great. It's honestly been great. The meetings, I would say every meeting, it's not necessarily I'm gaining a job from it. I'm definitely gaining resources, gaining network. It's cool to hear what other people in our community are doing. There's not too many people in the Land of Lincoln group that are unmotivated, not trying to do big things in Springfield. So I would say the biggest thing that's cool with me about that group is getting in a room with like-minded individuals. And every single time I go to those, it's a perfect example. I'm there for an hour after in the parking lot,
Right.
just shooting the stuff with everyone else. Hey, what projects you guys got going on right now? Hey, could I use you for this? Or it's great, man. I mean, there's a million names I could throw out right now that I've worked with in that group. As far as like tracking referrals and everything, we've definitely cleared 50 grand from that group, but that's not even the main, I'd say, goodness coming out of it. It's definitely the people. We've built quite the group of guys, and that's all been Local First, Land of Lincoln. We've really just come together through these groups. And I would say the two you've just named aren't really your stereotypical chambers where it's let's go drink and socialize and talk about working together. Land of Lincoln's pretty unique because it's not talking, it's doing.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I can definitely say I haven't gotten as much success from any association I've been a part of over Land of Lincoln.
It's intentional, right? I mean, that's what it's all about. It's intentional networking with intentional referring to do business with each other. I mean, that's what it is, man.
And it holds it to two categories so it doesn't get messy.
Right.
Yep.
Exactly.
I mean, when there's two categories, that gives you, and I know some people, I've heard people complain about that. Well, it should be one. No, it shouldn't be one.
Right.
Two categories is great, because it gives everyone in the group that ability to pick their person. I'm not going to be sad if an electrician in the group uses the other tree guy in the group.
Right.
I failed them, clearly. I should have done something better. They were more trustworthy. That was the option they wanted to take. Sometimes it's just they're half my price, but
yeah, certainly could be.
Can't change any of that.
No,
so
no,
at the end of the day, I'll just work on what I can control. And I'll give my best to that group. Every single one of these networking groups, what you put in is what you're going to get out. And with two businesses in each of them, I think it works out very well. And I think it gives people the choice of, hey, do I want to use this tree guy or this tree guy? Do I want to use this electrician or this electrician? Well, this one screwed over the customer when I referred him, so let's just jump to this guy now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those things, too, where the people in that room are held to a standard. If you're skipping meetings, you're not actually even trying to be a part of it, and you're not having any initiative to grow the group,
Right.
you're probably getting kicked off the boat.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, that is very unique compared to other groups out there, because other groups don't do that. As long as you pay your membership fee, you're in, you're good, and don't care if you ever see you.
Yep.
Type of thing is
Absolutely.
the way a lot of them roll.
We'd rather not. That's less food we got to give out.
Right. No, it's been great. And I appreciate all your help on the Local First Springfield board. Speaking of year-end stuff, we had our board meeting not too long ago, and we were talking about, hey, how are we finishing out the year and how are we going into next year? So we've got some cool things that we're going to bring to the table next year. We've got such a strong board that got a lot of great ideas and a lot of new ideas that we're going to implement for next year and really bring as much value as possible to our members. And what's cool about these two groups especially is we've developed this cohesiveness with Land of Lincoln and Local First Springfield, to where Jeff's in here a lot and we talk a lot about communities grow together. Yep. But that little micro community, those two communities are really growing together. And quite frankly, I'm pretty proud of that. How those two things are growing together.
No, you should be. Going to switch the interview role here a little quick.
Yeah.
But you should be pretty proud of that, because in all honesty, I joined the Local First board because of Robert.
Well, I appreciate that.
A lot of the initiatives, a lot of people don't do the legwork, the hard stuff. A lot of people talk in these meetings about what they're going to do.
Right.
One thing you've done differently is you actually do it.
Well, I appreciate that.
You deserve that credit for sure, because specifically Local First, and I can say the same thing about Land of Lincoln. You've done tons of in-kind work for them as well. But with Local First, man, those board meetings are something, man. The amount of work we get done in an hour, the amount of ideas we're throwing around in an hour.
We push a lot in, don't we?
Man, dude. And like, it actually gets knocked out. It's actually getting done.
Right.
So that's what's cool about it. And like you said, it's a powerhouse of a board. And I think that's directly reflecting on the value we're going to be giving our members. And something like you were just talking about, the referrals and everything, and a lot of these ideas we're having. And I think it's golden, because we're encouraging members to bring more like-minded people into the group. And then, like we've talked a little bit about these meetings, we'd like to incentivize these people for being cheerleaders for Local First.
No doubt about it.
And I think we're going to have a really good group of people moving forward with that. And with talking about amping up the events, with that success in Local First, you've been able to very much grow the budget and what we could give our members, essentially. So I'm excited, because I've seen what networking is in this town. I've been a business professional. I was in corporate America before I started my business. So I've been around these parts for about 12 years professionally. And I've been in a lot of networking groups, all the way from Petersburg to Auburn, I would say, and everything in between. And none of them really get the traction and grow to the next phase. And that's 100% what Local First is doing right now. That group is 10Xing.
That's right. That's what we do, man. Well, like you said, the action part, that's the biggest thing with me. I've been on boards before where it's just everybody talking, and just continuing to talk and talk and talk. And a lot of some great ideas would come out.
Yep.
But that's where they sat as great great ideas, right?
9 o'clock hits, meeting's over, and they die.
Yeah, they're still great ideas, but they never follow through. All right. So that's, with anything, with my business, with my associations, my personal life, it's the action that matters, man. You can talk a good game, you can do whatever, but if you're not following through with the proper amount of action to be able to accomplish those things, it doesn't mean anything. It means nothing.
Absolutely.
You got to put in the action.
Yep. You never start moving, man. It just becomes an idea. And that's definitely the difference with this board.
I'm excited for the future of it, both of Land of Lincoln and Local First. Bright futures ahead for both. Well, Chad, as we get close to closing out this year, I know I've asked you a couple of times on the show, hey, you have any new pieces of advice for folks either on their personal or their professional side to help them elevate their life or business?
Yeah, personal, I would say don't take things so serious. You got a lot of health people on here that can definitely hit this note a lot better than I can, but I would say just realize stress will kill you quicker than everything. Being an entrepreneur, you're going to be stressed out. You're going to get curveballs. You're going to get surprises. One thing I've noticed about a lot of entrepreneurs is they don't like surprises because they're usually not good.
Right.
So what I would say is definitely be ready for the hits. Don't be worried about them. They're not a big deal. It all passes. I mean, we're emotional. We're humans. If something breaks or something goes south, we freak out about it. It's the end of the world. And then magically, 24 hours goes by, it's a little better. 48 hours goes by, it's a lot better. And then by the end of the week, it's not even a problem anymore.
Right.
So one thing I would say is just don't take everything so serious. Live life, enjoy yourself. And I didn't do that in the beginning of this business, and I got close to burning out a few times.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say now I've really focused a lot on my stress levels, my emotional intelligence. So I definitely focus on that stuff. And then when it comes to your business, bite off more. Just bite off more.
Yeah.
Another thing with business, when you first start out, it's terrifying to do anything. Buying that $12,000 trailer is a big deal. Today, my wife she's a little different in this mindset, but I was at TCIA this year. I was looking at a $365,000 truck.
Yeah.
And it didn't make me nervous, didn't scare me. All I saw was, we're probably going to make about $400,000 more next year if I buy that.
You buy that, yeah. Yeah.
And, I was scared when I bought that lift. That lift's not a cheap little toy. It's a $150,000 lift. I
Right.
could have got a Ferrari, but instead I bought a lift. I would say that was terrifying. What did it do, though? My company made $250,000 more this year with that asset.
Mm-hmm.
So it's scary, biting off a lot. We're all human. We're not these massive machine businesses that are spending just millions of dollars, and we're just small business owners.
Right.
We're people in your neighborhood. So I would say don't be scared to bite off more, and don't stress the small things, man. Don't, because big things are going to come, and that's where you got stress.
Right. Exactly. No, I love that. I mean, that mindset shift from, like you said early on, the $12,000, kind of scared to buy that, to the 300 and some. It's just eventually you make that mindset shift in business, and that's when you start, really growing.
Yep.
So
I am worthy of that big
exactly,
machine,
Exactly. I'm not scared of that anymore.
And I was in the beginning, man,
Mm-hmm.
I've got a buddy in Wisconsin. He's got 6 cranes. He does a huge operation in trees, and it just excites me because I see us getting there, man. I see us I've talked to this on the show multiple times. I really see this company getting huge, and I've really looked at the small things that get us there, like this educational piece. A lot of people would not invest what I've invested into this educational piece, the Sangamon University, but it may not pay off. I may not get back what I put into it, but if I even get close, I'll be happy. And I had a guy the other day, it was actually at TCIA. He was saying, how can you afford to train your guys? Or how can you afford to pay that much to train your guys and they're just going to quit on you? And I said, how can I afford not to train my guys? He went silent.
Yeah, exactly. That would have been my exact rebuttal. I would have said the exact same thing. Yeah, exactly.
Why wouldn't I want them to be better. If they don't want to be, I can't really force them, but you got to put the path to the water in front of them, though. 100%.
No doubt about it. Yeah, no, you'll get the return on that. No doubt about it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. And I know with you at the helm, you said you're gonna be huge. You're gonna be huge. So you are gonna get there. No doubt about that.
I'm aware, brother.
I know. So I don't think I asked you this question the first time you were here, because I don't believe I started asking it until about 2 months in. But is there anything we can do community wide to help all of us here elevate Springfield and the surrounding communities?
Man, community wide, I would say, and this is everyone in our community, there's an event downtown tonight. Try to get to it. We've got our local first holiday market tomorrow. Whether you are someone just 18 years old, just stepping into this community, just starting to be a part of it, just be a part of it. That's the biggest thing, man. They got an event coming on downtown. Go to it. Downtown's dying, guys. We're all fully aware of it. Mm-hmm. Let's try to stop that.
Get on it. Get involved. Get out to the stuff, y'all.
That's the biggest thing I think of with community. If we can have a room with 60 people in it instead of 30 at an event, that's a bigger deal. So I would say just be community focused. And this doesn't mean you have to donate tons of money. Just give some time.
Mm-hmm. No
give some time. There's this, what was it? HSHS did their radiothon. Anybody could have gone there and done that.
Yeah, and answered phones and stuff. Yeah, absolutely.
Anybody could have done that.
Yeah, you don't have to spend a bunch of money. You don't have to donate a bunch of money. We all have a certain amount of time and a certain amount of money. Some people can donate a lot of money and time. Some people can donate more time than money, but do it.
We can all make change, man.
Yeah, we can all make an impact. Let's go.
Absolutely.
So, well, Chad, remind everybody where they go if they want to get a tree taken care of.
Head on over to SangamonTreeService.com. Book that free estimate today. That is definitely the easiest way to reach us, guys. We've got widgets popping up all over our website. It'll take you straight to our calendar. You can book us there, and I'll come look at trees with you. Estimates are always free, or you can call me at 217-414-5730.
There you go. Check out that video of them over at Shields too. That was pretty freaking sweet.
That was sweet.
So All right, Chad. We'll appreciate you spending some time with me today, as always.
Thanks, man.
All right, we're going to let Chad get back to elevating Springfield, but for the rest of y'all, we'll be right back.
Looking for expert tree care with hometown integrity? Look no further than Sangamon Tree Service. They're your trusted local pros, delivering quality workmanship, exceptional customer service, and fair, honest pricing every time. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, their team brings professionalism and care to every job, big or small. Call the name your neighbors trust, Sangamon Tree Service, or visit them today at sangamontreeservice.com. Sangamon Tree Service, rooted in quality, built on trust.
All right, let's go, Chad Fowler. How about that? Phenomenal stuff again from Chad. Hey, love having him in. Congrats on all his successes. Certainly 10X in that business, y'all. Hey, before we move forward here with what we talked about through a 10X lens, do want to thank our friends over at Acosta Angeli Roofing. Juan, Zach, Tony, their entire team do phenomenal work right here in Springfield and all the surrounding communities. Hey, if you need your roof inspected, maybe you need a whole new roof and you already know it, hey, give them a shout. They're gonna take care of you. Head on over to AcostaAngeliRoofing.com. Hey, trust the local roofing pros. Protecting what matters most, your home. So one of the things we talked with Chad a lot about was his new Sangamon University. Hey, you know how big I am on that education piece, that training piece. You've heard me talk before about how I embed training and education into my morning routine. That is part of what I do every single day. If you're not growing and learning and training, you are dying. You got to sharpen those skills. You got to hone that craft, everyone, no matter what you do. I think that's phenomenal that he is building that out for his company and his people. And what he talked about with how they know exactly what it takes to move on to the next level, that all plays into that education piece as well. I just think that's great. You know, I use Cardone University every single day. All of us at 10X use that every single day. Embed that into whether that's your morning routine like me or at any other point during your day. It just really keeps you sharp. It keeps you growing and it keeps you striving to that next level. So, hey, if you're not already embedding some training and education into your daily life, I would highly recommend it. That is one thing that is big in the 10X world and should be big in every world. So, hey, let's get training, y'all. Let's stay educating ourselves to continue to grow. We talked a little bit about the associations as well, his success that he's had in those associations. For Local First Springfield, we had our holiday market over the weekend. The first one we've had, that was on Saturday out at Pole Barn Chic. Thank you to Audrey out there for hosting us. It was a great event. Thank you to our vendors out there who participated, and thank you to all of y'all that showed up. We had a great turnout. We are already looking forward to what we can do next year, because you know, if I'm involved, and I am, it's going to be 10X, y'all. We're going to keep growing and we're going to keep pushing and we're going to see what we can do more of, so we can not only make a huge impact on our members at Local First, but make a huge impact on the community. We also talked to Chad about the success of his team. You know, that steaks in the freezer analogy that we talked about. 10X, we talk a lot about success is our duty. And we talk about that in the sense that it's our duty to have our success, but it's to have success all around us, for everyone to have success. It's to have success in everything you touch. Your team should be feeling that success as well. As the company grows, they should be able to grow as well. That's going to allow you to keep those top performers and allow you to attract more top performers. So kudos to Chad for having those lanes in place, those ladders in place, to where they know exactly what it takes to grow professionally, personally, and financially. So, hey, great job. Well, you've heard me talking about that holiday market for the last, about a month and a half now. You're not going to hear me talk about it anymore, but don't forget there's plenty of other local stuff out there that you can participate in. Let's support our friends and neighbors. If you're a local First Springfield member or a Land of Lincoln Professional Networking Group member, we have a holiday mixer on December 10th out at District 23. That's going to be a great event. That is open to members only. So, hey, if you want to come out to that, become a member of one of those two organizations, and ideally, quite frankly, do both because they're both fantastic. Join us, and we'd love to have you out on December 10th for our holiday mixer. With that, we'll be right back after the break.
When I first walked into Shudokan Karate Club, I was just looking for a way to get stronger, but what I found was so much more. Here we train in traditional karate, the real stuff, passed down through generations. Every punch, every kata has purpose. I've learned self-discipline, confidence, and how to protect myself. Not just in class, but in real life. It's not about being aggressive, it's about being prepared. This is more than a club, it's a way of life. Join us at Shudokan, traditional, powerful, real. Ki-ai!
Well, thank you for joining us today, everybody. Appreciate you making us a part of your day. Hey, don't forget while you're out on social, check ours out. You can check my personal one out at Robert Farrell at everywhere. Check out those Elevate Springfield pages, those Big Dog Business Coaching pages as well. Check us out over on YouTube. Give us a subscribe, give us a like or a follow on any of those channels. We would certainly appreciate it. So, hey, take what you learned today. You bring the discipline and follow through, and together, that's right, y'all, we're going to elevate Springfield. Be great.
Looking for personalized insurance with hometown care? David Hilst, American Family Insurance Agents, here to help you protect what matters most: your family, your home, and your dreams. Whether it's auto, home, life, business, David and his team are proud to serve the Springfield community with trusted advice and reliable coverage. Local service, real relationships, peace of mind. Call today or stop by their office. They can build your dream protection plan together. Call 217-726-6343